Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Pay homage to the Blessed One. Dear friends, today September 18, 2023 at a Brahma Vihara Meditation Center. So I would like to deliver Dhamma talk from Majjhima Nikaya Sutta number 21. Kaka Supama Sutta. Kaka Supama means the simile of the saw. The simile of the saw. Okay, this is the Buddha talk about loving kindness. So if somebody criticize somebody, timely, untimely, if they speak harsh speech, then something bad about you, and you should not increase anger. So he's always here the one monk, his name is Mulia Pakuna. So he always associate with the nuns. So nun means women monks. Okay. So most of the time he associate with nuns. So when somebody criticized in front of him about the nuns, and he was angry. So when somebody criticized in front of the nuns about the Moliya Paguna, and nuns were angry. You see, because the monks, the women monks, they like Moliya Paguna, and Moliya Paguna likes the women's monks because they associate each other too much. Okay? So here he's going to talk about when the Blessed One heard. So he called that monks and he advised him, you are monks, you have 227 rules, so you should not increase your anger like this. Because if you increase your anger like this, then what is the difference between family life and the monk life? Right? So, like you are the practitioner and you practice meditation here, so people are coming, just from the outside. So their attitude and your attitude have to be completely different. Because you are the only one who observe, keep the precept. Early morning you accept the precept, 8 precept, and you are observing and you are meditating all the time. So you are completely different than those people, right? So exactly the same the Buddha said, Moliya Paguna, you are monks. So why are you going to increase your anger in front of the public? So you should not do that. You are not like ordinary people, you are a monk. So let me read this sutta, and then eventually he gave one simile that is called the simile of the saw. Even somebody cut your neck with the saw, okay? So that time also you should not be angry. It's very hard, right? So this sutta is really when I read it, wow. So that time I have to be arahant, right? Only arahant can be patient. But anyway, this is the great advice said by the Blessed One. So let me read, and then there are a few similes you will get and a few examples, and after that it will be clear to you. So I am as a meditator, if I become monk, and how should I live, then that will be much clearer, So thus if I heard on one occasion the Blessed One was living at Savatthi in Jara's group, Anathapindika's park. This is the place where the Blessed One delivered Dhamma talk. Now on that occasion, the Venerable Moliya Paguna was associating overmuch with nuns. So as I said, nuns means women monks, okay? So he was associating so much with nuns that if any monk spoke dispraise of those nuns in his presence, he would become angry and displeased and would make a case of it. So whatever I said is true, right? If any monk spoke a dispraise of the Venerable Molyapakuna in those nuns present, they would become angry and displeased and would make a case of it. So much was the Venerable Molyapakuna associating with nuns. Then a certain monk went to the Blessed One, and after paying homage to him, he sat down at one side and told the Blessed One what was taking place. Then the Blessed One addressed a certain monk thus: "Come, monk, tell the monk Molyapakuna in my name that the teacher calls him." So he called the one monk, and when that monk came, so please go to call the Molyapakuna because I would like to talk with him. Yes, Venerable Sir, he replied, and he went to the Venerable Molyapakuna and told him, "The teacher calls you, friends Pakuna." "Yes, friend," and he replied, and he went to the Blessed One, and after paying homage to him, he sat down at one side. The Blessed One asked him, "Pakuna, is it true that you were associating so much with nuns? That you are associating so much with nuns? That if any monk speaks a dispraise of those nuns in your presence, you become angry and displeased and make a case of it? If any monk speaks a dispraise of you in those nuns present, they become angry and displeased and make a case of it. Are you associated so much with nuns as it seems?" So he was honest. So he said, "Yes, Venerable Sir." "Pakuna, are you not a clansman who has gone forth out of faith from the house life into homelessness?" You see, usually when we are monk, we cannot stay with the family. So we have to stay at the monastery, we have to stay at the temple, because we are different than the public. So that's why the Buddha is going to ask him, "Are you not a clansman who has gone forth out of faith from the home life into homelessness?" He said, "Yes, Venerable Sir." "Pakuna, is it not proper for you, a clansman gone forth out of faith from the home life into homelessness, to associate overmuch with nuns? Therefore, if anyone speaks dispraise of those monks in your presence, you should abandon any desire and any thoughts based on household life." So Buddha is now going to advise him how to train his mind as a monkhood. So your mind completely have to be different than lay people. So you are monk now, so you have to train yourself. You have to do this, you have to do that. You should not be associated with the nuns, and you should not increase your anger. So he's going to now advise him. How will he train his mind? "And herein you should training thus, my mind will be unaffected, and I shall utter no evil words." So if somebody criticizes in front of you about the nuns, you should not utter any evil words. So that way you'll commit offense, right? "I shall abide compassionate for his welfare with a mind of loving kindness, without inner hate." That is how you should train Pakuna. You see, you should be compassionate, and then you should not increase your hatred. If anyone gives those nuns a blow with his hand, and with a cloth, with a stick, or with a knife in your presence, you should abandon any desire and any thoughts based on household life. And herein you should train thus. My mind will be unaffected, and I shall utter no evil words. I shall avoid compassionate for his welfare, with a mind of loving kindness, without inner hate. If anyone speaks dispraise in your presence, you should abandon any desire and any thoughts based on the household life. And herein you should train thus. My mind will be unaffected, and I shall utter no evil words. I shall avoid compassionate for his welfare, with a mind of loving kindness, without inner hate. So here you should train thus. My mind will be unaffected, and I shall utter no evil words. I shall avoid compassionate for his welfare, with a mind of loving kindness, with inner hate. That is how you should training thus. You see, the Blessed One is going to repeat one time, and then second time again, and third time again, so that monks can understand very clearly. Eventually, it's become very clear to him, So that's why any sutta you'll see when you read, the first time the Buddha said one time, and second time he said again, and third time he said again. So first time when someone, listen to you, maybe they will not be able to catch you. It will not be very clear. And second time when you listen very carefully again, it's much better than before, right? And third time, very clear. So during the Buddha's time, there are a lot of people, when the Buddha went with the talk, delivered Dhamma talk. So most of them were farmer, uneducated people. So he was thinking that how can those people understand my Dhamma, my teaching? So then he used very simple language, very simple way, so that those people can catch him, And 1, 2, 3, then they become instrumental after listening his talk. So he could read it, those people's mind first, and then he delivered Dhamma talk. And eventually they attain Nistrimantra, once written Sutapanna, once written Sakadagami, and then non-written Anagami, and highest Vistarahant. Wow! Only listening his talk. Because he could read those people's mind. So now he's going to talk about, then the Blessed One addressed the monks. Thus, monks, there was an occasion when the monks satisfied my mind. Here I address the monks thus. Monks, I eat a single session. So we eat only lunch. It's like the breakfast very light. So when I ask you, how do you take the breakfast? You said, oh no, breakfast is just little bit. So that way we can consider that we take only one-time meal, right? Breakfast is very light. Sometimes biscuit, sometimes tea, sometimes just little bit. But here, the Blessed One, he said, monks, I eat a single session, only one time meal. By so doing, I am free from illness, affliction, and I enjoy health, strength, and a comfortable abiding. You see? So if you take one-time meal, then you'll get this benefit. He said, I am free from illness. The people who eat a lot, they become sick more. Right? This is because of the food. They have cholesterol, diabetes, and high sugar, and then, many kinds of diseases arise in their mind, right? In their body. So here the Buddha said, I am free from illness and affliction, and I enjoy health, strength, and a comfortable abiding, because I take one-time meal. And his monks come, eat a single session. So you also should take only one-time meal. Sometimes I don't take breakfast too, because I don't feel hungry. So only lunch. So that way, only I have to the gas problem, gastric problem. So that one sometimes make the little bit uncomfortable. So just try to take some biscuit or some things, most of the time I drink the water. So I don't want to keep my stomach is there empty, So who have the gastric problem, so you should at least you have to fulfill your stomach all the time. Otherwise you may get a problem, the gas will increase, So the last few days I'm suffering for the gastric. So that's why he said here, the Buddha said, by doing so, you will be free from illness and afflictions, and you will enjoy health, strength, and a comfortable abiding. And I had no need to keep on instructing those monks. I had only to arouse mindful in them. So the Blessed One, he didn't have any intention to lead the monks, So he said, okay, I just guide you to be mindful what you are doing. So if you follow me, it's okay. If you don't follow me, no problem. I don't have any intention to lead you. I had no need to keep instructing those monks. So if I am instructing, you are not accepting, right? So, okay, just forget it. I'm not going to teach you. So same thing I do, In my society, when some people, they don't listen my talk, I don't give. Because I'm not interested. Why I have to waste my time? Right? So everyone, like here, you are the only one, but you are very attentive. You pay attention to listen the talk, what I'm going to say, right? So exactly, I went to my people's house, so they invited me for blessing them, which is some sort of chanting, and then we'll give the Dhamma token if you use the mobile, and then talk, side talk. So that means you are not mindful, right? So why I have to waste my time? It's just a bit quiet. Okay, finish lunch, I am going to leave. Right? It's exactly the same. The Blessed One here said, I had no need to keep on instructing those monks. I had only to rouse mindful in them. Suppose now he is going to give a simile to that monk. Suppose there were a big shala tree group near a village or town, and it was soaked with castor oil weeds, and some man would appear desiring its good welfare and protection. So he would cut down and throw out the cropped saplings that robe the sap, and he would clean up the interior of the group and tend the strained, well-formed saplings, so that the solitary group later on would come to growth, increase, and fulfillment. So too, monks and lay followers abandoned what is unwholesome and devote yourself to wholesome states. That means whatever unwholesome thought will arise in your mind, monks and lay people, you should abandon, and develop the wholesome states. Right? So how I said is smile. Just smile and develop your wholesome states. And unwholesome thought arise in your mind, abandon them. He didn't say only to the monks, it's also lay people. It's a lay devotees, lay followers. So then he said, formally, now he's going to give one example. The one example, when you listen this example, it will be very clear. In the same Savatthi there was a housewife name with a hika. So a housewife name with a hika. And a good report about a mistress with a hika has spread to us. Mistress with a hika is gentle. Mistress with a hika is meek. Mistress with a hika is peaceful. So everybody knows. She is very gentle and she is very meek and she is very peaceful. That word is spread everywhere. So that's why I said, whatever you listen to from others, don't believe that. You have to go close to her, close to him. So like you will stay here with me about 10 days, right? So you know about me. I am gentle, I am peaceful, I am meek. Then you know, right? Because you stay with me about 10 days. So exactly the same. If you don't stay with someone, you don't know. You have to stay with them. And you have to see when he's wake up, when he's walking, when he's talking, is there any anger arise? How about his behavior? How about her behavior? So if you don't stay, how will you know, right? You have to stay with them, right? If you just listen from someone, don't believe. So exactly the same things in this story is going to talk about. So you see, most of the people said Mistress Videhika is gentle, Mistress Videhika is meek, Mr. Videhika is peaceful. Now Mistress Videhika had a maid named Kali. So Kali, she was very clever. She said, I have to examine her. I have to stay with her. And I have to know whatever people are saying, whether it's true or not. Right? So a maid named Kali, who was clever, nimble, and neat in her work. So maid Kali thought, a good report about my lady was spread thus. Mistress Videhika is gentle, Mistress Videhika is meek, Mr. Videhika is peaceful. How is it now, while she does not show anger, is it nevertheless actually present in her, or is it absent? So she wants to see that. Because I have to examine her, I have to see whether she has or not. Or else, is it just become my work is neat, that my lady shows no anger, though it is actually present in her? Suppose I test my lady, I have to test her. So one day, the maid Kali got up late. She got up late because she didn't want to test her, The Mistress Videhika said, hey Kali, what is it, madam? What is the matter that you get up so late? Nothing is the matter, madam. Nothing is the matter. You wicked girl, yet you get up so late. She was angry and displeased and she scolded. Now she saw what the people are saying, this is not right. I saw now, only one night I wake up late. Then she showed her anger and she scolded me. Then the maid Kali thought, the fact is that while my lady does not show an anger, it is actually present in her, not absent. And it is just because my work is neat that my lady shows no anger, though it is actually present in her, not absent. The second time she is going to test her. Suppose I test my lady a little more. So the Kali got up later in the day. Then a mistress Videhika said, hey Kali, what is it, madam? What is the matter that you get up later in the day? Nothing is the matter, madam. Nothing is the matter, you wicked girl. Yet you get up later in the day and She was angry and displeased, and she spoke words of the displeasure. Then the maid Kali thought, the fact is that while my lady does not show anger, it is actually present in her, not absent. The second time she showed again her anger. Okay? And it is just because my work is neat that my lady shows no anger, though it is actually present in her, not absent. So second time she saw her anger again. And then she wanted to see the third time. She was to test her third time. Suppose I test my lady a little more. So the maid Kali got off is still later in the day. Then Mistress Videhika said, "Hey Kali, what is it, madam? What is the matter that you get up still later in the day? Nothing is the matter, madam. Nothing is the matter. You wicked girl, yet you get up still later in the day." And she was angry and displeased, and she took a rolling pin, gave her a blow on the head. And cut her head. Blood is falling down. So what did she do? She took a rolling pin and gave